Storm's coming. Oh man. I just got back from Hamilton. I had lunch with my cousin, which was fun, and now it looks like it's gonna rain. It's not gonna be good, guys. If we flood again, Saskia and Corrado aren't here to bail, so it's gonna be up to me and Corey. Ugh. Oh well. It's kinda hot. We could use the rain. Those clouds look ominous though. This guy doesn't care about the storm at all. He's just chillaxing and relaxing and acting a fool, shooting some b-ball outside of the school. 3PO. 3PO. Yeah, he doesn't care. There's a little trail of fluff. There's another one and more, and it's a massacre. Oh no, R.I.P. striped toy. No. 3PO, what have you done? 3PO, he murdered it out of cold blood. Actually, he's warm-blooded, he's a mammal. But still, its squeaker doesn't squeak. Its stuffing is all over the place, as you can see. We're gonna have to get him another one. R.I.P. Never forget. Told you. Storms are coming. Please don't flood. It's crazy, guys. All of a sudden it just started raining.
You know, one of my favorite things in the entire world is also one of my least favorite things in the entire world. It is this right here, cell phones. Cell phones are incredible. I wish they existed when I was a teenager. When I was a teenager in high school, I mean, no but one had phones. I knew like 2 people with a PDA. Brian had a PDA. There was also no social media. There wasn't a lot of reason to be on the internet. The problem with phones is that if you use your phone to communicate or coordinate with people, and that in any way involves or relates to work, you're always on because people can message you at any time. And having a second phone, having a work phone, doesn't solve it. Like what I mean is, for example, one of the things that I do at Buffer Festival is that I coordinate with all the YouTubers, because I'm lucky enough that I've met almost, I think I've met all of them, all the YouTube guests that are coming to Buffer. And so we either text or Facebook chat or Skype chat or email or whatever. ApprenticeEh is definitely not the norm in terms of like how a YouTuber structures their work. And it's a lot of people just chilling by themselves, popping out videos. Yes, some people have companies, and some people take those companies really seriously. We have a company, we don't take it too seriously, but we do also work specific hours. And like this weekend, I told myself, okay, I'm gonna spend time in the living room, because this is my favorite room in the whole house. I love the library, I love the big TV, and I just watch stuff and play video games. I'm gonna relax. But then a YouTuber who you know, is checking his texts replies to a text from me from a couple days ago, and they're like, hey, yeah, I can do the blah blah blah, or hey, no, I can't do the blah blah blah. And so then I start replying, and if I don't reply right away, I'm gonna forget. Right? So then I reply, but then they reply, and then they're like, oh, talk to this person about, and then I talk to that person, and I'm just someone who's like, I've got to do it right away, or I'm not going to do it at all. And then if I read it, and I don't act on it, I'm never going back. And I know this is a point of contention for people that like have me on Facebook. With Facebook Messenger, it'll say if you've read it. And if I read it, I reply right away, and if I don't reply right away, I don't reply. And that's not great. It's ADHD and me just being a horrible person, and being very busy and just being really crappy. But anyways, the point is that I'm trying to relax and not work, and the problem is the phone. And I will. I have the power to just turn it off. But then it's like, but I do want to chat with some people. I just don't want to talk about work. Like I want to like talk to Corrado and Saskia. I want to talk to Sam. I want to talk to Ava. Like I talk to people online about non-work things, but it slips into work things. Like if Corrado and I are talking, we're not talking about work. Like it's not work. Like I'm not rolling my eyes and like complaining. Like our work is incredible. I get to throw Buffer with my friends for like I don't know if I want to say for a living. I don't know if we're gonna make any money, but for it's not work. It's fun, but it's still, you got to take a break from that. If that's all you do all day, every day, for months or years, it weighs heavily on you. And YouTube is something that I've been, and ApprenticeEh is something that I do all day, every day for years. And we're super, super incredibly lucky. And you need to take breaks, and you need to stay healthy, and you need to talk to people not about YouTube. And what's weird is I feel like it is the complete inverse from what most of you guys would feel. I don't mean to speak for you, but this is the majority of the people watching. Normally in the day-to-day, there's not a lot of people in their life that understand YouTube. They can't go and talk to their parents and the people at work and the people at school and their friends and family about what Shay is up to, about what Charles is up to. And then either you don't have anybody to talk to about it, which sucks, or you talk to people about it online friends that you have, or maybe you have like a couple friends in real life that watch YouTube. And what's weird is that when you get sucked into the YouTube community and you're doing YouTube full time, it's the inverse problem. And you might not understand and you might not relate, but in a way it actually does become a bit of a problem. Everybody in my life, everyone I know, the girls that I've dated, my friends, the people that I work with, all of my business conversations, all of my phone calls, all of my emails, it's all to do with YouTube. All day, every day. And that sounds awesome. And for the most part, it is. There's just no break from that. And then at some points, you start thinking like, how much does this stuff really matter? Like, this is all we talk about. Like if you, and now I get philosophical and I get really dumb. And I'm like, if YouTube like stopped working, what would we talk about other than YouTube not working? You know what I mean? Like, what do we talk about other than this amazing community? Like, yeah, it's awesome. But one thing that I found is in my church, you know, I got baptized a couple months ago, and at first I went there and they didn't know about the YouTube thing, right? And then I was tweeting about, I had a question for the meeting house at my church, and then I tweeted them, and then somebody on the communications team saw my tweet and then looked me up. And we're like, oh, he has a lot of followers on Twitter. And then they like and they kind of went down the rabbit hole of YouTube, and then they reach out and they're like, hey, we know, we found out, we know. Like and I'm like, they know. And I was having normal conversations, and now I'm talking to them about YouTube. My parents, my mom, my dad, they ask me, it's like, what are your friends like? What have you been doing? And I'm like, oh, you know, I went to Vlogger Fair. Oh, you know, we're doing Buffer Festival. We're working on some videos. And it's all about YouTube, always. And so then I start wondering, does YouTube really define me? Is the only thing I have to talk about YouTube and YouTube-related things and YouTube communities and videos and video making and movies and Buffer Festival? Certainly, that's a lot to talk about. Certainly, it's my favorite thing to talk about. Is that all I have to talk about? I don't know. But then I'm sitting here playing video games, or I'm watching a movie, and people start getting back to me, and I can't help myself, and I get back to them. And sometimes I just wonder, not that there's anything wrong with that, but there is something to be said for a job that you work, and then when you're done working, you're done. And I don't even know if I would go as far as to say that's the typical job. That might be unfair. That might be a little, grass is always greener on the other side. That might be a little naive to think that people don't worry about their jobs when they're not at work. But there is something to be said about working for somebody else. And if things go wrong and it's your fault, that sucks. But if things go really, really wrong, you know, it's the higher ups. It's, you know, you don't have to worry about it. Your work and your friends and your house and your rent and your bills and your traveling and your filming every day and your editing and all the kind. It's not all the same conversation. And in this house, it is. So I have a question, actually. How many people in real life do you can relate to you and can you talk to about YouTube? Leave a comment on YouTube, and if you don't use YouTube comments, tweet at me, or my Facebook is facebook.com/CoreyVidal. And that's the only Facebook I have. It's a profile and a page. You don't like it like a cheesy fan page like. It's actually my Facebook, but then you can like follow my statuses. I don't know. Facebook's weird. Facebook's not simple. And they have fan pages. I don't have a fan page. Just all my social media. And then all of my social media. What am I talking about? Freaking YouTube. All the time. It's in the YouTube things. It's interesting. Sometimes I step back and think, is this healthy? But if it wasn't YouTube and I started a company doing something else, it would just be that. Like back when I did weddings with my dad. Talking about weddings all day, every day. But that wasn't everybody in my life. I didn't talk to everyone in my life about weddings. So, I don't know. What do you think? What's your experiences? I'm gonna keep chilling. Hope you guys are having a great weekend.
So 3PO and I just went for a little run/walk, and on our way down the street, I saw something and I thought it was a cat, and 3PO was kind of freaking out in the way only 3PO freaks out, so he just stands still and just won't move. And I was like, oh, 3PO, come on, come on. And then I realized it was a skunk. We were minutes, no, seconds away from being sprayed by a skunk. And thankfully 3PO listened because he's such a good dog. And we just booked it the heck out of there. Because I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to be sprayed by a skunk. And I'm pretty sure 3PO doesn't want to be sprayed by a skunk. 3PO's pretty happy at his escape. He got to run around, be all cool and dog-like. Hey, look at that face. This is why people shouldn't let Mary deal with their pets, because sometimes we almost get skunked. Well, it's about that time to say goodnight. It's been a long day. I'm still kind of sweaty from the run and the skunk incident of 2014. Thought I should show you around the guest room, or as I like to call it, my room. Come see. This is my bed. That's the minion my friend Justin made. He knitted it with his own 2 hands, which is pretty cool. I got a photo of my friend, and then the best part is the Photoshop picture of my family. We didn't really take family photos in my family for no apparent reason. We just never got around to it. So my sister and my mom and dad had a photo together when they were like, I don't know, when my sister was like 5 or something. So I'm not in the photo because she's 6 years older than me. But to make me part of the family, they photoshopped me in. Look, there I am, all photoshopped in and adorable. Look at that face. Look at it. It's pretty darn cute. Some photos of my sister and her family, and my niece and nephew, and me with some friends. I had friends once. Look at them. They're nice people. And I've got a 3PO. 3PO. And that about sums up my room. I mean, there's not much else to report. There's a closet full of clothes and an empty bag of fuzzy peaches. Who's on a diet? Not this girl. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Fuzzy peaches are delicious. So I'm gonna say good night, sweet dreams, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. That is like the creepiest smile I've ever done. I'm so sorry, guys. So disingenuous. Good night.
Daily vlogs, I want them in my subscription box. I wonder who might drop by, even though sometimes it's Canada outside. So don't go away, we're here every day. It's not ApprenticeEh, it's ApprenticeEh. Hey, hey, hey.